So hey guys, today's Friday and episode number 4 of Cape Fear is now out on Apple TV Plus and I have watched it. In this video, I'm going to share my thoughts on this episode, what I felt while I was watching it and some of my theories because this episode gave us some really interesting reveals in it. While nothing huge or explosive happened in this episode, the story mainly moved forward but it gave us enough clues to start connecting some dots. The first thing I want to talk about is the conversation between Max and Anna. When Max and Anna were having a conversation, Max suddenly kissed Anna and that kiss lasted for a few seconds. And the look on Anna's face afterward really caught my attention. She looked angry, confused and a bit of excited too. I mean, it almost felt like that kiss sparked something from the past. And this reaction of Anna immediately made me think that these two shared some history that we still don't know about. My theory is that when Max was on the trial for murdering his wife, Anna was working as his defense attorney, and preparing for the trial like that would require a lot of meeting and a lot of time alone together. And we all know that Max is a world-class manipulator. So I think while they were preparing for the trial, Max and Anna got close during that period, and the two of them ended up having an affair. And I even think there's a slightly chance that Natalie is actually Max Cady's daughter. I mean, think about it for a second. Back in the first two episodes, Tom and Anna kept talking about whether Max knows about what they did. And at first, I thought they were talking about the trial. But now I'm starting to think they weren't talking about the trial. Maybe they were talking about Anna's pregnancy and who's the father of Natalie. Maybe while Max being world-class manipulator, Anna got involved with him and got pregnant and then discovered what kind of person he really was. And she wouldn't want her daughter to have a father like that who is a monster. So that is why I think Tom and Anna teamed up and they made sure that Max goes to the prison. Because if you think about it, Anna was actually pretty close to getting him not guilty verdict. That is my theory right now after seeing that case. And honestly, it would be a pretty ironic. Natalie, who might be a daughter of a psychopath and a killer, is the most normal and well-adjusted person in this family. Meanwhile, Zack, who is supposedly the son of two successful and respected parents, is the one who's acting strange, getting involved in weird stuff, and showing up some unstable mental health. And in my opinion, that would be a really interesting twist in this story. The second thing that we learned in this episode is that Anna is willing to cross legal and ethical lines if she believes she is serving justice. We saw that very clearly in this episode. She is not afraid to bend some rules if she thinks that the outcome is justified, and that actually supports my theory. If Anna discovered that Max was guilty or that he was dangerous, I could absolutely see her doing something illegal to make sure he ended up behind the bars. Now let's talk about the biggest reveal of this episode. It is Neve or Neve. I don't know how to pronounce her name, but it is about Neve. At the very end of this episode, we learned that Neve's mother was used to work in the prison as a nurse where Max was imprisoned in for 17 years. And apparently she was involved with Max in an affair while he was in the prison. And that immediately raised the suspicion that if Neve is the daughter of Max. If that is true, and I think it is true, it would explain a lot. It would explain why she's targeting Zack and Natalie. It would explain why she's doing all these strange things. And if Max is really Neve's father, so that explains why he's having Neve going after the family because while she's doing all the dirty work, he can have an alibi for himself, so nobody suspect that he's doing all these strange things to this family. So now let's talk about the character of Juliette Lewis. We still don't know the name of this character, but she is a really interesting character and I would like to know more about him because in this episode we found out that she is following Max and Anna continuously, and she is sort of trying to warn Anna to not get close to Max. I think she is one of Max's ex from his past, and she knows what kind of monster Max is and how he can manipulate anyone and what he is capable of. And she also mentioned some women from the past of Max, and she told Anna that most of them ended up having their life destroyed because of Max. And there's a thing that I noticed in this episode that I want to talk about. It is not something some theories or some clues. It is some technical stuff that I noticed in this episode. I mean, if you notice that, I don't know if they were doing in the previous episode, I didn't notice it, but in this episode, I noticed whenever Max is on the screen having a conversation with someone, whenever the camera is focused on Max, the camera is still, and whenever camera shifts to the person whose Max is having conversation with, camera tilts slightly. Because, and it didn't happen for once, it happened multiple times. It happened when Max was having a conversation with Tom in the bar. It happened right before the kiss that happened between Anna and Max, and it happened while Max was having a conversation with Anna's colleague. And I mean, this is a very interesting way to show that who's in control of this situation. Max is confidence, he's imitating and he's manipulating all the time all the people that he's having a conversation with, and that's a really smart move from the director. I really appreciate it. So these were my thoughts on the episode number 4 of Cape Fear. If you guys have seen the episode, please share your thoughts about it, and if you can, write a small review or share some theories about it with me in the comment box below. I would love to know what you guys think about it. So that's all in this video. I'll see you in the next one. Till then, take care.